Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting Vobe show on Friday, the 8th of February. Yes, it's my son's birthday today. Billy is 24 years old. Happy birthday to you, Billy. Welcome, everybody else, to the Vobe show. I'm here back in the studio. It's nice to be back in the studio. We had a cosy night the other night, didn't we? Nice cosy night in my front room. And we got a bit philosophical. We got, I don't know what we got really, but we got there and it was okay. And thank you very much for watching. Let me just go over onto the little gizmo here to see if anybody's actually out there. Oh, yes, I can. Already there are people there. Always surprises me. Fiona Cooper, hello to you. Andy Joy, hello. Daniel, hello. Anne Osborne, lovely Julia. Steve Blakey, marvellous. Chris Puller, hello, Chris. Chris Puller, by the way, has recognised Cynthia Julian's front room. Apparently he used to deliver, what is it you said? Lizard food or something like that. I don't know if Cynthia is watching, but if you're watching, Chris Puller is the man who used to come to your house and deliver lizard food or reptile food or something. I can't remember. Anyway, lovely to see you. Fiona Cooper is there. I think I may have said that. And Claire Leach and Kushti Phil. Let me just move the didgeridoo down so we can see some more people. Anne Evans, Ian Beddoes, Terence Dacombe, Cynthia Walder, Wendy Wakelin, Kevin Hall, Nigel Sadler. Hello everybody. Everyone's saying Dean Cooper is on his way home from work. He won't be long, says Fiona. Marvellous. Oh, that's all good. Graham Whittington says good evening. Judith Oakley, hello to you. Pam Earnshaw, hello. It's lovely to see you, all you wonderful people out there in the internet land. And I'm here, as I say, back in the studio. Nothing planned, as ever, just me and you having a chat. We can do the quiz if you fancy a bit of a quiz. I've got another quiz in here. Well, there's always loads of quizzes in here, which is quite interesting. Haven't really heard much of the news. Don't know if there's any subjects that you'd like to help me out and talk about. Today, I have been filming with the lovely Julia and the lovely Cynthia Julian. And if you were on the Bald Explorer pages or on the Bald Explorer group pages, you would have seen that I posted up some very serious pictures of the old Vobie one-eyed Kenobi with the one eye looking a bit closed. And you would have seen the lovely Cynthia Julian's room. Very atmospheric for telling some of these tales that I've been doing recently. And I hope this one is going to come out. I haven't tried editing it. So that's quite good. Vicky Allam is there. Todd Desborough, Judith Oakley. I say Claire Leach, Vicky Allam. Hello, Vicky. And Lynn Bussey, it's nice to see you. Daniel says he's listening to the radio and watching the Vobe show. Oh, okay, fair dues. And Chris Puller says, I'm right about the lizard food. I didn't know Cynthia Julian had lizard food. I hope she wasn't feeding that to Mick, her husband. You never know. I like Mick, he's a good chap. James DeWill, hello to you. Good to see you. Martin Snow, hello, Martin. Andy Joy, I have been left alone tonight. Peace at last. Yeah. Well, I wouldn't bother tuning into me then. I would get on and do something interesting. Maybe, get a book down off the shelf and have a good read. See if there's something that you can catch up with there. Shirley Ward. Hello, Shirley. Always lovely to see you. Thank you for joining us this evening. Shirley says hello. Hello to you, Shirley. Claire Leach says, can you wish happy birthday to Billy? Wish Kerry a happy birthday. Beg your pardon, missed that. Yes, happy birthday, Kerry, for tomorrow. 14, blimey. I remember when I was 14, only, 6 years ago? Yeah, I was 14, 6 years ago. It's amazing, isn't it? Malcolm Hunt, good evening to you, Malcolm. Lovely to see you. Thank you for coming along. Dan Thompson is here, which is great. Can we please have a Friday night party? Yes, of course. Get your champagne out. We'll have a party. I've got champagne in here. It looks like tea, tastes like tea, but by golly, it's champagne really, in my mind anyway. I have to say, it's rather delicious. Rather delicious. Thank you. Having a sip. Happy birthday, Kerry, says Kevin Hall. Andy Joy says, I can't miss your show, Richard. I enjoy it too much, mate. Well, That's so nice of you to say. That's so nice of you to say so. Thank you very much. What a lovely man you are. I'll try and be amusing and entertaining. It's sometimes at the end of the day, you know, it's 8 o'clock, you've come back from work, you're sitting down and you're relaxing and you're switching on to the Vobes show and you're thinking, oh, there's that idiot who's going to keep me entertained for an hour on a Friday night. Hello, Matthew Holdsworth. Lovely to see you. Because I've been up since 6 o'clock this morning, which is not that early, but I've been on the go, been doing other things, and then it comes towards 8 o'clock. I had to rebuild the studio, and it's like, oh yeah, now I've got to perform like a monkey. That's not how monkeys perform, but if I was a monkey, that's probably how I would perform. Thank you so much for the emojis. Lovely to see the hearts and the things. It looks like Dan Thompson has Starbucks to sip. Well, if you have a drink, let's all take a slurp of our drink all at the same time. How about that? All at the same time, we'll all have a big cheers together. Well, of course, this will be slightly delayed, of course, because of the nature of these things. But let's see if we can manage it. A big slurp to everybody. Have a slurp. Cheers. There we are. Thank you very much. And I will carry on slurping that from time to time. Glenn Johnson. Hello, Glenn. Neil Gardner. It's lovely to see you. Thank you for dropping in and seeing the old Vobie. Todd Desborough, he's got Starbucks too. There we go. Look at that. Bit of free advertising for a coffee-making company who have rather a lot of shops on every street corner. Kerry is sitting next to me watching. Hello, Kerry. 14, watching a bald bloke on the internet. Do you know that's very weird? I would think that for a lovely 14-year-old like yourself, the only cool thing about this is it's coming through the internet. That's probably the only cool thing. I imagine, Kerry, Facebook is a bit, yesterday it's a bit for the grown-ups now, isn't it? It's a bit Yawnsville. A bald bloke of a certain age performing is probably a bit not very cool, I imagine, as well. And the fact that your mum is even watching it is probably, oh no, mum, get a life. But, you're going to be 14 tomorrow, which means life is progressing for you. And you're getting ever closer to 16. And when your mum will really be biting her nails. You think she's biting her nails now, worrying about what you get up to and the music you listen to and what you do on your phone. You wait till you're 16 and things start to become a bit more legal. Or when you're 18 and everything becomes a bit more legal. Or when you're 21 and your mum's going, oh my God. And you're going, but mum, I'm a grown-up. I can do what I like. Do you know what? Being a parent never stops. Never stops. The trouble is, as you get older, of course, you forget that your children are growing up with you. You forget that they are getting older and they're wiser. And, of course, they know technology backwards. I remember when I used to show my dad how to set the VCR, the old video. What was VCR? Video something recorder. What was V was video, C cassette recorder, was it? Video cassette recorder back in the day. Of course, Kerry won't know what that is because that was in the old days of tape. Now everything's digital, We're Stone Age. We are Stone Age in comparison. Thank you for the emojis, by the way. That's very nice. Tessa. Hello, Tessa. Hang on. I just going back up there because a few people have made some comments. So I want to sort of get them. Tessa Dennis says, we love you. You're so funny. You always make me and my mum laugh, put a smile on our faces. Sometimes I don't know how that can be true. You say the nicest things. Thank you very much. Some days I come in front of the camera here and I really have nothing, no material. Oh, look at you laughing with the old emojis. I have nothing to offer. And then you say one thing like that and it sets me off, which is lovely. Thank you very much. It's very nice. Fiona Cooper says, you're more exciting TV than the soaps on the telly. Yeah, well, my life is a little bit like a soap. It is complicated, confusing, and all over the place. And sometimes it's just downright emotional. And one can't cope. Matthew Holder says, I've got chili con carne nearly ready. So this is where Matthew, who's terribly, terribly proper, will be putting down his phone. Or how do you watch, Matthew? Do you watch on your phone? Everything Matthew does on his phone is so modern, so up to date. Everything is on his phone. He will go, I've got to go and have dinner with the family. Bang, down goes the phone. How many people do that? We've had this recommendation, haven't we, in the news that children, here we are, Kerry, if you're still watching, if you haven't sort of yawned off, what do you think? Phones not at the dinner table and not at bedtime. Take them out. They're saying, that isn't the advice now to have the phone, that children don't have the phone in the bedroom at night? What do you think, Kerry? Be interested to know what Kerry, 14 tomorrow. What do you think? And what does Claire, what do you think as a parent? Do you think this is good advice or bad advice? Judith Oakley has got wine. It's wine o'clock. Fantastic. Is the slurp just to annoy Mark English? Says, yes, that's right. Says Matthew. Yes, here's another slurp just for Mark. Is Mark out there? I haven't done any slurps in the Naked Englishman podcast that I do recently. We'll have to see if we can rectify that. I can't see any emojis, says Kevin Hall, throwing up his arms. Yeah, it's funny, isn't it? Some setups can see the emojis. I don't know whether that's just laptops or computers, PCs that see the emojis, or whether it's on phones as well. Let me know. Parenting is the hardest job going. Yes, that's right, Vicky. It certainly is. And the thing is, I've had 3 children, and now I look at the problems that parents have these days, and I think, bloody hell, must have had it easy. We didn't have mobile phones to contend with, or when they did get mobile phones, the worst thing they could do was text, and they would have a limited amount of text. But now, Kerry's going, oh my God, what, just text? What, no emojis? What, no WhatsApp? No TikTok? Is that the latest thing? TikTok? Hickory dickory dock? The mouse ran up the clock? Somebody tried to be funny? Oh, you were watching Tickety Tock? I don't know. Matthew says, what about now, Kevin? Oh yes, thanks, Matthew. He's shoved a few emojis up. Still have my old tapes. Yeah, but do you watch them? That's the thing. Do you ever watch them? It annoys me too. Not so necessary. I'm not quite sure what you're on about there. Cassette recorder, yeah. Video cassette recorder. Golly, is that really how far back it is? The old bloke is 55. He's just a nipper, says Kevin. Which old bloke? Which old bloke are we talking about? James DeWill, why do you have a Spitfire mug? Why? I think there was something going on, and I believe I got this from Wilco's, to be honest with you. I think I got 3 of them, and I've managed to break 2, and I've only got 1 left. And why not? Next year is 80 years of the Battle of Britain, ladies and gentlemen. This year is 80 years since the outbreak of the First World War. The Spitfire is a very important, as well as the Hurricane, is a very important aircraft, and I will be doing, towards the end of this year in September and stuff, when the outbreak of the war starts, I'm going to be doing a lot more about the Second World War, and next year I'm going to be doing a lot about the Battle of Britain. I have a certain affinity with the Battle of Britain, ladies and gentlemen. It's that period when we Brits, Shirley Ward was there. This is the thing. We still have people alive who lived through it. Shirley Ward, who's in Shoreham, bless you, Shirley, you and people like you who we owe so much to, and we forget about this in our lives because this was the last real major challenge. We think Brexit is a challenge. It's nothing to the Battle of Britain and the Second World War, where we, particularly down here in the South Coast, were on the front line. People in London, of course, during the Blitz, were also immediately after the Battle of Britain, but we were here in the front line with those enemy aircraft going across and our boys going up there to stop them. So 2020, 80 years since, only 80 years. And this is the thing. People like Shirley remember that, lived through it as a child, and it's real. It really happened. It really, really happened. You know, a lot of history is, yeah, it happened. We know about it because it's in books, and maybe we can dig up some archaeological evidence, but we're not able to talk to somebody at such an event. And unfortunately, you know, people like Shirley are not going to live forever. We hope you do, Shirley, because we love you to bits. And you are our connection at the moment with this amazing past, this amazing time when we here in Britain stood up for ourselves, shoulder to shoulder, and we mucked in. And you know, that to me is an emblem of us sticking together and mucking in. And it's a very important thing that we remember it, and particularly in this modern era when people don't get round the table. You know, can you imagine a family now gathering around the radio, the old wireless? Can you imagine that? People gathering, and children standing to listen to the radio and hear through the valves as they warmed up on the home service. This is the BBC. This is the home service. And here is the news with Richard Vobes reading it. Can you imagine people actually doing that? It's you know, we just get a text now, we get a little message on our phones. It's incredible to think that is how people were getting the news, and they were reading it in the newspaper and all the propaganda. There weren't YouTube videos back then going with the headlines like "The truth behind the crash in the Downs," "The truth of the Heinkel coming across," "The truth, what they're not telling you about the Messerschmitt." You know, we don't have any of that. We don't have things like the secrets Lord Haw doesn't want you to know, and the sort of YouTube videos that we get today that comes splashing out on our things. It's quite amazing. Richard needs a new mug. It looks chipped. I do. If anyone wants to buy me another RAF mug, that would be absolutely it. Mark English is here. Mark, for you. Whenever Mark comes by, we always have a good slurp. Slurps are cool, especially with soup, says Todd. Thank you. John Berger has joined. Hello, John. Lovely to see you again. James Will, people need to learn how to focus. Putting the phone away would go some way to help them to focus. It is true. I watched a YouTube video the other night, and the bloke was explaining, he said, "This is going to sound odd, but I'm going to tell you to get rid of social media and stop watching YouTube." This was a YouTube video. And he said, "I want you to stop watching my videos. I want you to stop watching other people's videos." He said, "If you stop watching videos on YouTube, your life will improve. Read a book, read a newspaper, do something more constructive. Don't have this..." What he was actually, one of the things he was complaining about, and I thought this was very interesting, he was talking about this strobe-like editing in videos, this very fast editing, because people have got such a short attention span, he said, and it's messing up your brain, and you're looking at one subject, you're going to another subject, you're going to another subject, you're flitting about, your brain is taking in so many random things. You haven't really got time to think about the subject, digest the subject, and ask yourself questions about that subject, because somebody's telling you this is this and this is this, and then someone else is telling you that and that. And of course, you've got the algorithm telling you everything that you're in your own echo chamber that needs to know. And you don't give yourself enough time to because when you read something, you can look at it and you go, "I don't know, do I believe that? Is that true? What are you getting at? Let me read that again." And you can digest things in a much more wholesome way than this way that I think people are absorbing stuff. I think it's a bit frightening, really. Kerry hates Oh, TikTok, does she? Thanks, Claire. That's interesting. I think it's only just got started, and I think they're trying to make it something. I don't know. I don't know anything about it. I was only told about it by Billy earlier today, funnily enough. Excuse me. Yes, George Timperley, teenagers with mobile phones, FaceTime 24/7. The thing that frightens me is people are scared to be alone with their thoughts, with their own thoughts. Matthew says, Mark English is here now, Richard, so no slurping. Righto. Robert Croser. Hello, Robert Croser. Need to organise. Are you free on the Monday? Can't remember the dates now. Is it the 19th and 20th we're coming up? Are you free on the Monday? Whatever that is. The 18th, I think it is. So that we can meet you. Claire Leach says, Kerry only likes Instagram and YouTube. Okay, that's interesting. YouTube, obviously, they're just saying that this bloke was saying, don't have YouTube. Of course, I'm making videos for YouTube. It's a conundrum, isn't it? Oh, I thought the mug was a spittoon. No. Oh, no. My granddad was an engineer in World War II on the Spitfires. He was in Eagle Squadron. Oh, well, there we are. Top man. Is he still with us, or has he gone to the engineering workshop in the sky, Vicky? Kevin Hall says, I usually see the emojis, but not tonight. Oh, I see. Oh, sorry about that. Shirley Ward says, I was there, Richard. And that's what's so fantastic. You were there, and, you're a star. Daniel says, Richard, it's only just turned New Year, and you're talking about next year. That's right, Daniel. I am, because next year is 80 years since something rather important happened in this country, and people will start to think about that. And I know you're only a young man, but as you get older, Daniel, you will realise that there is more than the immediate things that you are interested in this world. It won't, it's not a bad thing. It's nothing to get worried about. It happens to all of us. We start to broaden our minds and we see things, and part of where we have come from and our history becomes incredibly important to us, and we start to think about where we are and where we're going and why we're here and what it's all about. And it's a very confusing thing to do that. But don't worry, it's all good. Claire Leach says, sadly, I don't have anyone who fought in World War II alive anymore. Yeah, this is the trouble. They're all disappearing. It's not a question of whether they just fought in it. It's whether they were there. Like Shirley may not have fought as in on the landing grounds and in the seas and the hills, but she was there, very much surviving. Mark says, everyone, hi, I'm late. Hello, Mark Selwood. Lovely to see you. Vicky Allen says, make, do and mend. Yes, again, that is a very interesting concept, which for commercial reasons has gone out of the window. People don't make, do and mend. People don't make things last anymore. On the whole, I'm buying my clothes from charity shops because I don't want to buy them brand new all the time. That's not to say I won't buy some clothes brand new, but, some clothes still are okay when they're second hand. Robert Croser thinks there's emoji gate going on, which is true. Vicky says that would be lovely. Everyone in the house around the radio back in the old days. Imagine that. The war, that's the funny thing, isn't it? War is a bad thing. It's a terrible thing. It's an awful thing, and nobody should go through it. And yet it did bring the country together. It did bring, people were going down into the shelters, especially during the Blitz, from all walks of life. And there was that sense, we're all in this together. And yeah, there was, I think Cameron tried to latch onto that, didn't he? We're all in this together, the big society sort of thing, which didn't really work because there was no real peril. And you need peril sometimes. You need something. Global warming doesn't do it. That sense of peril from global warming is too far removed. What peril have we got where we do feel we're all in it together? Look how divisive Brexit is. Mark Selwood says, I can't stream Richard on my Windows 10 PC. I'm using a USB wireless dongle. Oh, anybody know why? If anybody can help Mark, that would be good. No YouTube, just TV, radios. Yeah, TV and radios used to have tubes. That's true. Lord Haw wanted to bomb my village, did he? Robert. How dare him? Luckily, you're alive, he's dead. And your village is still going. Kushti Phil says, my gran witnessed a German bomber shot down in August 1940. She would get upset talking about it, even in her later years. Isn't that interesting? You know, witnessing a German bomber shot down, and she, presumably a Brit, was upset because somebody had died. You know, somebody's son, unnecessarily, had died because some dictator in Germany had sent him, that boy, over to fight other boys like him, and really they may have all got on. It's such a terrible thing. Tom Desborough says too much tech is bad for the brain. I think that's true, really. Stuart Douch, hello to you. Ed Keeley, hello. How are you? Good evening, Sir Vobes. Thank you very much. You're so kind. James DeWill, happy birthday to Billy, by the way. Oh, yes. One second. I will just shout up the stairs. Billy! He's not listening. James DeWill says happy birthday. I gave him the message. I don't think he heard. I'm ever so sorry. He's up there with his girlfriend, you know, canoodling. All that sort of stuff. Simon Brown. Hello, Simon Brown. How are you? Never found out if you're back in the country. Keep seeing these pictures. Are you away in the middle of I don't know where? Do let me know. I don't always get every message and I don't always see it, of course. Evening all to the Vobes in the Vobosphere. Yay! Here we are. Isn't it marvellous? Give me dates, Richard Vobes. Okay, I think it's the 18th. It's the Monday, 18th of February, couple of weeks' time. Well, actually, 10 days' time, isn't it? I think that's it. I've got to organise an Airbnb for Julia and I to stay in. And we need to get that act together. So I'm going to do that over the weekend, get that organised. So let me know. Maybe I'll email you just to make sure. No, sadly, Grandad is... sadly, Grandad in the 1970s... died, you mean, presumably, in the 1970s. What a shame. Let me just scrolly, because I'm losing a lot of the thing. Glenn Johnson says, I hated history at school. How does that work? Yeah, well, you see, you got old, mate. You got older and wiser. That's what happened. And buying from charity shops is good as giving to charity. That's right, because if you keep giving to charity and they don't sell anything, then they're just hoarding. So people have got to buy stuff so that people can get rid of other stuff. It doesn't go to landfill. My picture has completely frozen on the computer. Mr. Vobes is not moving, but I'm getting the comments. Refresh, log out, go back again. I guess that's the answer. Anne Osborne, yes, I like charity shops. There you go. Thank you, Anne. Hang on, just going to scroll down a bit. Lovely Julia says, my maternal Polish granddad was rescued by the UN and he chose to join and fight. He won the right to live here by doing so and had many gruesome tales of his time. Sadly, he died long before I could meet him, so my knowledge of his deeds is vague at best. That's such a shame, Julia, and thank you for sharing that with us. But yeah, isn't that a shame that one of those things is that those people, those wonderful people who did fight, survive, do something in the war, kept very quiet, didn't they? You hear about it in the First World War. Those that were in the trenches never talked about it. And it's such a shame because all of that seems to have disappeared. Rose Brooker, hello. My mum is 91 and tells us about her childhood during the war. How would we cope with rationing today? Yes, Rose, that's a very good point. I don't think people would like that very much. You know, I mean, look at places like the Range in Britain. You know, it's really cheap stuff. Some of it's okay, some of it's pretty tat, to be fair. But it's all cheap. There's, you know, people don't have to ration anymore. But where? They don't think about where it's coming from. Malcolm says history at school focuses too much on learning dates It means much more to speak to people who have experienced the past. Both my parents, now in their 80s, remember life in Hastings and Herne Bay, during the war. Yeah, and I think that's such an interesting point, Malcolm, that it's very difficult, obviously, for schools to get enough people in to talk about it. But if they can, I know some of them do, especially the primary schools. The secondary schools are so busy focused on trying to get people through exams. And we could talk, oh my goodness, don't get me started on what schools are teaching and what they ought to be teaching. They ought to be teaching life skills, everything that you ever want to know in life, like filling in your tax return, like saving money, like opening a bank account, like, well, in the old days, wiring up a fuse, a 13 amp plug. Perhaps you don't need to do that so much these days. There's so many of those things that would be useful. Caring for pets and animals, things like that. They would be interesting things to be teaching our children. Giving them much more assertive training, believing in them, giving them more positivity and to believe in themselves and their ability. Not so much testing how clever they are and how easy it is for them to learn at the moment, but giving them the skills to find things out and want to find things out. Getting them motivated would be something that would be a good idea for children, to get them motivated in learning, get them away from having to look elsewhere for motivation through Instagram and the peer pressure to have the right haircut and the right expensive jeans and all of that. Get rid of that side of things and really get kids motivated to want to be part of the world, part of this. Engage with them, listen to them, talk to them, listen to what they think, where they're going, what they want to do, what they see, and then get them, and once you've listened to them, get them to listen to you as well, to hear your stories, so they understand the symbiotic relationship between each other and how conversation works, about listening and contributing, those sort of things, debates. It's not fair, I think, that the universities, where you pay so much and you spend so much and you have all of this debt hanging over your head, are the only ones that really get you to have that positive feel about yourself and to get you to debate. Why can't kids debate more and argue, as in have proper arguments, as in putting their case forward in favour of this or not in favour of that, to debate a subject, not argue and throw insults around. Gosh, if I ran the country, it'd be very different. Happy birthday, Billy, says Kevin. Hello, Billy. Kevin Hall here. Happy birthday. I'm not sure he heard that, but I tried. Mark Selwood, Simon Brown. Oh, hello. Hang on, I've lost it. Simon Brown. Yes, Simon Brown is putting us to shame with his cracking photos. Yes, well, he's gone abroad, He's swanning around the world, Simon Brown, with his cracking photos. And if he's not cracking wonderful photos, he's showing us how unfit we are by getting on his bike every day. Grr. We love him, though. We do love him. I have to say that in case I get beaten up. Robert Crosser says, my grandfather fought in Japanese Burma. Oh, my God, Robert. Take my hat off to you, because they were tough times, weren't they? I've seen A Bridge Too Far with Alec Guinness, so I know how that goes. Malcolm says history at school. Oh, we've done that one. Yes, that's right. Let's have a look. Simon Brown, happy birthday, Billy. Yeah, sorry if I've missed some of your things. Yeah, should be okay. I'll email you. Yeah, do email me, because I'm going to sort out the dates over the weekend, Robert. So I think we're going to come up on the 17th. Stay in our B&B or whatever, and then I think we're going to see you on the Monday. Julia's got friends up there she's going to stay with. I'm going to go and do my corporate stuff, and then we'll reconvene and come back south on the Wednesday afternoon, evening. I think that is the vague plan. Richard Suggett has joined. Richard Suggett, hello to you. Watch your recent video. Very good. Nice to see the improvements in there. Well done, sir. Very good. Vicky said, it'd be lovely to write down what everybody remembers in the war and maybe get it printed for the Vobes show. Yeah, that would be great, wouldn't it? I don't know how many people there are that are around, but it's a lovely idea. Claire says my nan worked in munitions factory in World War II, and my great nan in the munitions, my goodness, in World War One. You wouldn't want to get on the wrong side of her, would you, in case she starts lobbing grenades at you? Go to bed or I'll blow you up. You can imagine, can't you? Mark Selwood says, learn to sign on the dole, Mark. Teach them to set up their own business would be better. George loves history. Yes, we know. George is a very clever young man. You should be very proud. I'm sure you are. You must be very proud is what I mean. Not you should. You must be. Dean Cooper says, phone is working well. Very good evening to you, Richard. I may see you soon. I'll be in Worthing. Let me know when you're in Worthing. Please let me know when you're coming to Worthing, Dean, and I'll make sure I'm in Crawley. Only joking. Only joking. I totally agree, Richard. Thank you. Not quite sure what with, but, you know, it's a nice idea. Claire Leach says, happy 24th birthday to Billy. Claire Leach wishes you happy birthday, Billy. I'm trying. I'm really trying. Mind you, so is Billy at times. Sorry I'm late. I was sleeping. Poor old Richard Suggett. He works all hours, poor bugger. And then he goes and starts digging in his allotment. He must be the fittest man I know. He says, are you asking children to question authority? That'll never work. Well, they don't have to question authority, but they can argue their case, can't they? They can make a point or something like that. That was very funny, Claire, and lots of children suffered. Oh, that was very tough, Claire. Lots of women suffered terribly working in the munitions, says Kevin. That's true. Yeah, hang on. I just need to scroll down a fraction. Robert Croser, what are you up to now? He says he never spoke about it. He wasn't a prisoner, but fought in the jungles against them. The Monday shouldn't be a problem. That'd be great. It'd be so nice to meet you, mate. So nice to meet you. Interesting. Yeah, you don't hear too many people talk about the Burma stuff, do you? And being a prisoner in there. I mean, well, maybe you do. Maybe you do if you're in certain circles. Vicky says, sleeping, Mr. Suggett, when the Vobes is on. Yes. How dare you? It's an outrage. It's an absolute outrage. I thought it was Stanley's birthday. Dan Thompson, you've got it wrong. Stanley's birthday is at the end of July, the day after mine. Don't worry, I'll give you plenty of notice when Stanley's birthday on, because I'll be jumping up and about, telling you about mine and giving you the P.O. Box number to send all your lovely presents. But you've got until July, so there's no rush. My children always argue the case, says Robert Croser. I got slapped by Julia, not literally slapped, but I got told off. The lovely Julia said, you know, you started so well the other night with Robert and his name, Robert Croser. And he says, and you got it right. And she said, I was cheering for you. And then you got it wrong the rest of the show, and it all went downhill. I do apologise, Robert. I know I keep cocking up your name. I'm so sorry. James DeWill. You are trying. I hate to disagree with you. No, that's right. Don't disagree with me. It's not wise, not wise. Dean Cooper says, my great-grandfather was cut down by shrapnel. He survived a year from World War One. Amazing. Where was he? Do you know where he was when he was cut down by shrapnel? Was he on the front line, or was he, somewhere else? Was it a mistake? The Suggett never sleeps. He is omniscient. Yes. Cushy Phil, he says, there's graves at Offington Corner of Polish Spitfire pilots who were killed in the Battle of Britain. Oh, and Offington, yeah, I must go and visit that because that's only up the road. We do owe the Poles a hell of a lot. I know they came over and they were angry, of course, because Hitler had invaded Poland. They had every right to be. And they were itching to get up there, and they didn't want to come down at the end of missions, did they? They were like going, oh, we haven't finished yet. I've still got to get another couple of Messerschmitt pilots. Not having that, or a few bombers. Don't you worry, we've got some axe to grind. not much space in the cockpit, though, to have one of those wheels so that they can grind their axes. And it would have probably, all the sparks, set the fuel tank alight. So probably not a good idea. Vicky says, start saving now for Richard's. Yes, if you wouldn't mind. Yes, we'll put the poor box outside, out the door. And every time you visit Worthing, you could just put a £5 in the box. That'd be lovely. That'd be very kind. Thank you so much. You know, one has rent to pay, don't you know? Robert Croser says, I'll put him right, Julia. yeah. I'm sure Robert, when we meet, is going to grab me by the collar and go, now look here. You've come up to my land, lad. You're right up here, up north. I'll have you, you cheeky beggar. All them times you've had a go at me and done stupid accents for me. You didn't expect it, did you? And you come up to my land. I'm throwing you over Adrian's wall. Like that. I can imagine that is exactly what's going to happen. So I probably need Mr. Suggett and his black belt in origami to come and protect me. Andy Joy says kids question authority all the time today. A lot, in fact. They have no respect unless they're brought up properly and not left in front of an Xbox. That's true. It is true. It is a weird thing, isn't it? Because if I see a policeman, inside me, I quake. I see a policeman, and there's part of me that thinks he is a figure of authority, he is somebody that I must not upset or whatever, or I'll be in prison, which is a ridiculous notion, of course, if you're just walking down. But it just makes me, I'm not doing anything naughty, am I? And maybe that's an extreme that you don't want to be frightened by. But, you know, when I was a kid, they were figures of authority, and it was that thing about, you know, the policeman could get hold of you and clip you round the ear hole and say, well, if you're naughty, I'm going to tell your dad about you. And your dad would have the belt, wouldn't he? My dad wouldn't, because he was absent. He left me with my alcoholic mother. So, you've been naughty, Richard. Have you been naughty? Yes, that's right, Mum, I've been naughty. Are you drunk again, Mum? Let's not go down that road. Dean Cooper says, yes, the front line, Belgium, not sure exactly where. Probably, I can imagine, he was shot down by shrapnel just where all those awful EU buildings probably are, because they weren't there then, obviously. He was probably trying to protect Blighty. And now he was shot down by shrapnel, and they've bunged up the EU buildings to try and take over the world. No wonder we want to get out of blimmin' the EU. Vicky says that you sound like Arkwright from Open All Hours. That's Robert Crosser. It's not me. That's Robert. He does my voice, you know. He does my voice. He's Robert Crosser. Croser, beg your pardon. Robert Croser. I can feel lashing by Julia. Robert Croser, quick as a flash, says, I don't bloody well talk like that. We could head up there to the wall or a place with lovely trees for the TLJ, the lovely Julia. Ah, lad. Ah, because this is a bit southern for you, isn't it, really? Because you're a bit more north than Yorkshire up there. I don't know how you talk up there. You've probably got some even more Ecky Thump type voice. I don't know. I'm sorry, Robert. I hope you are laughing at the other side of this and not going, that Vobes, I'm going to bloody have him. I'll have him if it's the last thing I do. And he says, "Oh, I don't. I say I don't stutter. I say I don't stutter neither." No, those were the days. Oh dear, oh dear. Claire Leach, don't think Kerry's ever seen a policeman. Now, isn't that a sad indictment? Really, that's just grounded me. Are you really, in 14 years, not even in the school? We used to have the village bobby, at least once a year, would come into the school, and he would come in and he would go, "Evening all. It was a terrible night the other night when I was on my beat. I was just minding my own business when Herbert and John were coming down the road, and I looked at them and I thought there's something fishy about those two boys. I think it was the jemmy that he had in his hand, and the other the bag of swag. So I said to myself, we better get the boys from Dock Green out and have a look and see if we can do something about it. Do 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 da ba da 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 do be do be do be do be do be do boo ba da ba dum bum bum. Dixon Dock Green, thank you very much. I thank you. Is Mark still there? Is Mark English still there? I'm here all night, thank you. Not all night, obviously. Nikki Jess has joined. Hey! She's joined. Oh, it's marvellous. Robert Crosser says, I'm laughing. It's a cliche that we all sound like that up north of Watford. Aye. I'm in Watford Gap, you know. We all talk like this, from Watford Gap to blooming Edinburgh. Aye, Edinburgh don't really go, I either knew it's a public unit tonight, Mrs. Blake, you're buying a toaster. Because they don't say those sort of things, do they? I either knew. You're pulling up the rhubarb. The rhubarb. Myro. Now, how do you do your Myro? How do you do your surname? Clydo? Is it Clydo? Cledo? Up the road. Wait, hang on. Clydo. I'm not good on names with Y's and things. Wait. Cumberland. I'm from Cumberland, lad. Hello, Nicky. Hello. Oh, I loved it. It wasn't Zed. Was it? Wasn't Zed. It was Dixon. Dixon, up the road then, about 50 miles, says Myro. Andy Joy, if your car gets broken into nowadays, they give you a crime number and that's it. Funny story, must have told this before, maybe not, can't remember. Funny story was, once I was entertaining. Yeah, and now I'm not. No, that wasn't it. Once I was entertaining at a pub, and I was doing stilt walking. There was nowhere to change. So they said, change in the disabled toilet. No one ever changes in there. Stupidly, I did as they said. They didn't lock the door. My keys were in my clothes. Somebody nicked my car keys and then they nicked my car. And I was stuck there on stilts. True story. Thing was, I came out, saw my car had been stolen. So I rang up the police from this pub that I was entertaining at. And I said, my car's been stolen. They said, oh, yeah. I said, it's gone. I don't know what to do. Are you going to come out? And they said, what do you mean? They said, we've written it down. We give you a criminal number. I said, but my car's been stolen. Don't you want to come and look? And they said, well, what are you going to show us, sir? You're just going to show us a space where your car was. And I thought, oh, yeah. Hadn't occurred to me. It's like they'll come and go, well, if you'd like to show us the space where your car was, sir, we'll look very thoughtfully at it and write down silly bits of information in our little notebook, shall we? And then blow our whistle a few times. We can even walk around the space and raise up and down on our heels a bit, shall we? We could possibly go, oh dear, that's a rum do. It hadn't occurred to me. And I thought, they want to see where the car was, but there was nothing to show for it. So it was a strange situation, and I felt such a fool for not thinking that. But yes, you're quite right. James DeWill says, I think policemen used to visit the school 3 times a year. Hello. Thank you. I'm here all night. Thank you. Yeah, thanks, James. Very good. I like that. Claire Leach says she's been to a fire station. Oh, right. I nearly said apropos, but apparently apropos is not the correct word. It's apopro, is it? Apopro? Is that how it's said? Apropro or apopro? Apopro. Apopro of nothing. Or not an apopro or whatever, as I used to say. The lovely Julia, she does like to... Here, Richard, that's not right. Oh, sorry. Vicky says evening all. Evening all? What do you mean evening all? You've been here. unless you're an imposter. Mark Silwood says, hello, Nikki. Oh, hello, Nikki Jess. So here we go. We have the Nikki and the Mark loving now. Ladies and gentlemen, we just have to have a pause whilst the Nikki and Jess do their loving and all of that goes on. It's all very nice. It's all very sweet. Hello. How are you? Yeah, I'm fine. Oh, good. Yeah, I'm good. Marvellous. Vicky says, my friend comes from Glasgow. Oh, yeah, well, we filmed Snug and Cozy, the TV series I made in the 1990s in Glasgow. And very often, my friend Nigel and I would saunter down of an evening in Socky Street. Yes, it's all right. We were tooled up. We had our knives at the ready and our knuckle dusters, just in case someone wanted to give us a Glaswegian kiss. Yeah, and that were the ladies of the night, I can tell you. It's a bit of a worry. Hi, says Nikki Jess. Hello. Hello, Nikki. Robert Crosser says, oh, I'm George Formby. When I'm cleaning windows, turned out nice again, hasn't it? He was a wife beater, wasn't he? Or did he do that with eggs? Can't remember. La 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 la. I wish I could remember the words to when I'm cleaning windows. La 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 la. When I'm cleaning windows, it turned out nice again, hasn't it? I used to like those old films, though, the old George Formby films. Where's it going to go, Dan? Is it going down there? Turned out nice again, hasn't it? Yeah, all right, it's turned out nice. Yes, thank you. All right, Myro. So it's Clydo. Clydo, is that right? Clydo? Or is it Clyd or Clyde? Clyde, as in ride. Is it Clyde as in ride? Clydo. Myro Clydo. It's a lovely name, isn't it? Lovely name. Glenn says, Scottish people do talk like that. I don't know. I'm telling you, Jimmy, this is exactly how we talk. Some of us talk a bit like this, mate, when we've had a little bit to drink too much. Not all of us, because that would be an absolute cliche. But I didn't like to do the cliche, because the cliche is what I say, and I don't say what you say. Hey, you. I took it to you, Jimmy. His name's not Jimmy either. He's Myra Clydo. Jimmy. I'm getting a bit silly there. How are we doing? 52 minutes in. It's amazing, isn't it? Mark Selwood at work. Someone put. Oh, hang on. It's gone. Diddly doo 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 diddly doo. The bill pays. The bill days paid off there then. Yes, that's right. I'm not quite sure what reference that is. Cushy Phil says, Richard, can you do a Brummie? Oh, I'm not very good at Brummie. Every time I do Brummie, everyone says I do it badly. The only way I can get into it is I remember this Radio 4 drama, and it was about this character called Mr. Zero. And he goes, oh, hang on, I'm going to embarrass myself now, because I know I don't do it well. But anyway, Mr. Zero, yeah, Mr. Zero, what are you going to do with him? I don't know what I'm going to do with him. Well, you've got to do something with him. Well, hide him in the cupboard. I'm not going to hide him in the cupboard. You hide him in the cupboard. Why should I hide him in the cupboard? It's not my cupboard. It's your cupboard. I don't have a cupboard. Yes, you do. It's there. Look behind you. But that's not really a cupboard, is it? I think it is. I think you'll find that is a cupboard. Well, I know I put things in it, but it's not the sort of cupboard you would have, like, cupboard love. Are you talking about cupboard love? Mr. Zero? Mr. Zero? Yeah, Mr. Zero. Not very good. Sorry about that. And anyone from Brummie, please don't hit me. I remember when kids were scared of the police, says Teresa. Yes, getting back onto the subject in hand. Oh, terrified. Vicky says that those were the words. Those were the words. Mr. Suggett's got an exclamation mark and another exclamation. At least I think that's what it is. Ah, here he is. Hello. Thank you for joining me. Henry David Allam, good evening. Looks like I've just caught the end. Henry David Allam, you put a video up, I noticed in the group. You look like you were 17 with a hoodie on there. How long ago was that? It says 2017, but you look so young and boyish. Not saying you don't look young and boyish now, and, delish. We all think you're very delish, very desirable young man. Oh, I say, nice. No, I'm just saying that, but you looked ever so young. It was a compliment, mate. It's a compliment. Please take it as such. His wife beat him, George Formby. It was his wife who beat George, or was it? She's like, I'm not having you playing that bloody ukulele in my house anymore. I've had enough. Oh, Now go outside and do something. Look, the weather, the sun's shining. Oh, yes, turned out nice again, hasn't it? Stop it at me, mother. I'm not your mother. Oh, mother. Good evening. Looks like... Oh, yes, just caught the end. Thank you. His wife beat. Claire Leach says, considering the amount I pay my council tax bill, the police commissioner, I expect value for money. I almost fainted when I saw the amount. Did you? Well, I know you nearly swooned at me when we met for the first time, Claire. So I know, when you realise how much you're paying and what do? They sit behind their desks, polishing their nails and answering the phone, going, yes, this is Chief Commissioner Gordon. What? We have a problem? Wait, I'll use the red phone and get Batman. Hello, Batman? Put the little light thing in the sky. Batman will do it. How much does Batman charge? Batman doesn't charge anything for going and getting rid of all those criminals, have you noticed? He just probably laundry costs, although maybe Alfred does it all for him. Who knows? Richard Suggett says, I think the only line anyone knows is when I'm cleaning windows. Yes. When I'm cleaning windows. Yep. James DeWill says, you're saying apropos fine as far as I'm concerned is referring to nothing. Yes. So I used to say apropos, but I've been told it's well, you've got there apropos. Apropos? I thought it was apropos, but I don't know now. Oh, I'm confused. Henry David Allen says, there used to be a cartoon character called Fido Dido. Who did there? Must have been after my time. That implies that I've actually died. Right, here we go. Robert Croser says, I have an album by Biffy Clyro. Joke of the night, tell the weather to stop eating baked beans. He's got wind. Thank you very much. Thank you. I'm here all night. Like Ozzy Osbourne, says Vicky. Apropos of... Oh, I'm a bit confused. Need a cold to speak... Oh, need a cold to speak, Brummy. Mr. Zero, I've got very ill at the moment. Are you ill? Yes, very ill at the moment. You've got to have your nose up like that. Is it true? Oh, yeah, I know exactly what you mean. Do you know what I mean? I do. I've been there. I've seen it all myself, first hand. Oh, I have. Sound pikey from Dad's arm. It sounds like pikey from Dad's... Oh, pike. Not allowed to say pikey. I get told off if I say the word pikey. If you... should... Oh, that's hence a talk like Ozzy Osbourne. Oh, yeah, no, I'm not very good at Ozzy. I've never really... I've only ever seen caricatures of Ozzy Osbourne. I never didn't even know he was part of a band, wasn't he? I didn't know that. I'm not into music, you see. If you should see what I do, if you should see what I do, see when I'm cleaning windows. Give me the lyrics. Someone go and put some of the lyrics for when I'm cleaning windows. Copy and paste it, and let's see if we can get when I'm cleaning windows going. Myra Clyder says, I was never worried so much of coppers, rozzers, the police. To me, it was the red caps. Oh, the red caps. Clyde, oh, yes, a non de plume. Oh, is it? It's a non de plume. Aha, it's my pen name, Myro Kaleido. No one knows who the mysterious Myro Kaleido was. He came from Cairo. He was a practitioner, a Cairo practitioner. Hey! You shouldn't be on these television programmes. You should be in a box under the ground. That sounded more Scouse than Yes, I know, I'm sorry, I'm going a bit bonkers. Pam Earnshaw is saying something, and I can't see it. Encore! Encore, thank you. David Keel says that was quite good. Sounded like Noddy Holder. Oh, dear. Great Brummy accent. It could almost be a yam. Kipper tie. I'll have a... Harriet used to say, if you want to say cup of tea, they would always say, I'll have a kipper tie. Kipper tie. As in a tie, like a kipper. I was so nearly to go home from... I'm so ready to go home from work, says Dan Thompson. Well, you're not working at the moment. You're listening to me. Oh, but you are doing a bit of work, I'm sure, at the same time. I can do hundreds of accents. You'll see, says Robert Crosser. Oh, yes, Crosser. Number one is, hello, Richard, I'm from up north, you bugger. Taking Mickey out at me. How dare ye? I'll have you. Here's my accent. I'll do Cornish. Here's Cornish accent. Hello, Richard. I'm from Cornwall. Right, now I'm going to do Norfolk accent. Hello, Richard. I'm from Norfolk. Norfolk me, Robert Crosser. That's who I am. I'll have no mucking about. Right, now I'm going to do an Italian accent. Oh, hello. I'm an Italian. And I tell you this, Richard, you, Vobe, you can have spaghetti, Mamma Mia style, if you know what's good for you. Happy now, eh? I'm sure you do many lovely accents. David Keel says, that was quite good. Oh, yes, I've done that one. Thank you, David. How are we doing? I'm so ready to go. Oh, we've done that. I can do under of accents. Thank you, says Henry. Oh, is that to being a young man, looking young? Hold on, my red phone is ringing. Oh, right, hang on. Here we go. I earn an honest bob for a nosy parker. Oh, hang on, how does it go? I've got to get the tune. Down, 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 da dum bum 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 bum, rum bum bum ba ba bum ba ba. No, that's the Laughing Policeman, wasn't it? That's the Laughing Policeman, isn't it? Yep, da 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 dee 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 dee. Yeah, da 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 da. Ah ha 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 ha. Oh 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 oh. That's the Laughing Policeman. I've lost it. When I'm cleaning windows, I earn an honest bob for a nosy parker. It is an interesting. I need more of the lyrics. George was a bit of a womanizer. Please no Brittany. His missus was like that to make him behave. Done it. Done what? Rubbish Cornish accent. I'm from Cornwall, lad. That's how the Cornish speak. There's no tut in north. Oh, right. Aye. Go to foot of stairs, lad. Brummy accent is my favourite, but you'll have to say hockey after Lockie after every sentence. YouTube's giving me. There's no point giving me a YouTube clip. I can't see that. That's too fat for me of laughing poker. Good. Linda Kane says, I've just got here in time to say goodbye. Linda, nice to see you. Nice to see you. To see you, nice. Isn't it good game? Lovely to see you, Linda. We'll give you a good twirl. Did she do well? What's behind it? It's on the conveyor belt tonight. Linda Kane. It's good. Higher, lower. What? George was from Wigan. Pie eaters. Oh, fair dues. Wigan Pier. Not sure if that will work. No, don't. You need to copy and paste. We're over time now. Copy and paste the lyrics. I can't do it because I'm on the air, love. I'm on the air. You need to copy and paste the lyrics of when I'm cleaning windows. There's no point giving me the video because I can't. I wonder if I. Oh no, because I can't hear it. You see, I can't. I can put it on, but I won't be able to hear it because I can't get sound out. Now I'm a window cleaner. Now I go cleaning windows to earn an honest bob for a nosy parker. It's an interesting job. Here we go. Now it's a job that suits me. See more. It says see more. Wait. Now I go window cleanings to earn an honest job. For a nosy parker, it's an interesting job. Now it's a job that suits me. A window cleaner you could be if you see what I can see when I'm cleaning. When I'm cleaning I've lost the tune. When I'm cleaning windows. She's Too Fat for Me is the same tune as a polka. Oh, is it? She's Too Fat for Me. I don't know that song. Great show tonight, Richard. Very amusing. Yeah, well, here's me trying to be serious. Now I go cleaning windows to earn an honest bob For a nosy Parker, it's an interesting job. Now, it's a job that just suits me. A window cleaner you could be if you could see what I see when I'm cleaning windows. I haven't quite got the tune. Is just like vanished, isn't it? It's funny. I had it when I was just going when I'm cleaning. It's turned out nice again, isn't it? Night, everyone. Gonna get some Horlicks now, says Vicky. Okay, lovely. I'll be round immediately. Karen Holdaway. Hello, Karen. How are you then? Jolly old Storrington. Nice to see you. Thank you for liking some of the old videos in your neck of the woods, by the way. Lovely to see you. Make some comments. Say hello. Say hello in the section so we know you're really there and not just hiding like little Miss Muffet. Be nice. Haven't spoken to you for years. No, years and years. I know the last time we spoke you wanted to slap me. Most people get like that. Most people want to slap me at the end of the day. Now I go... Hang on. I'm determined to get... Unfortunately, I can't hear it. Now I go cleaning windows to earn an honest bob. For a nosy Parker, it's an interesting job. Now it's a job that just suits me. A window cleaner you would be if you could see what I see when I'm cleaning windows. Hey, it's kind of it, isn't it? It's almost there. I need Julia to play on the ukulele, and we'll do it. It's turned out nice again, hasn't it? Oh dear, I know, I'm a right tit. Hang on. I lost the scroll. Karen Holdaway says hello. Thank you, Karen. Thank you very much. Good of you to do that. Pam Jill, hello to you. And night, she says. Night. Thank you so much. It's funny, we've just got overtime. I've just warmed myself up. It's just warmed myself. I'm having a laugh on doing that window thing. I've just got to do it one more time. Now, I'll go cleaning windows to earn an honest job. For a nosy Parker, it's an interesting job. Now, it's a job that just suits me. A window cleaner... Oh, I've lost it. A window cleaner you would be if you could see what I could see when I'm cleaning windows. Turned out nice again. I'll practice that. I'm gonna go and... That was a good George Smiley. Oh, thanks very much. Bloody cheek coming in here. I don't know. Right, Dean Cooper, good night from me. Fiona Cooper, good night. Great show. Everyone have a great show. Julia playing the ukulele. Now you're talking. We must get Julia back in on the show when she's able to do it and get her on the ukulele, and I will sing when I'm cleaning windows. Ladies and gentlemen, I've given you an extra 7 minutes tonight. How does he do it? Mr. Wu, what shall I do? I'm feeling kind of Limehouse Chinese. Yeah, good show, Richard. Talking about the war memories and then the northern accents. I'm from the north, so it was enjoyable. I'm sorry if I've insulted you if you've been up north. I am a soppy southerner, so don't take it too seriously. Missing the lovely Julia. Yes, Andy Joy, we are all missing the lovely Julia. Night, wherever you are. Have a nice time. Have a rest, says Mark Selwood. I will. You got the tune wrong. That's the tune to the Laughing Ros. I know. I might keep doing that. I got mixed up when I'm cleaning windows. Oh well. I'll go and have a listen. Anyway, thank you so much. It's been lovely to do the show. I'm on an Indian. What do you mean you're on an Indian? Have a good weekend, everyone. Great show. Blah blah blah. Thank you very much for listening. I'll see you soon. Look after yourselves. Have a great weekend. Back on Monday. Yeah, Monday. Back on Monday. We're going to do it all again and have a good old chinwag then. All right. Have a good one. I've got to sign off now and disappear into the world of oblivion. How do I do that? Oh, yeah. Here we go. It's been fun. Ta-ta. Sleep well. Enjoy your Horlicks. Or whatever it is that you drink before night. Bye-bye. He pressed the button, nothing happened. Goodbye.